Thank you for choosing the Iowa College Access Network to learn more about how to have a successful transition from high school to college. Starting off on the right foot when you go to college is essential to your future success. The actions you take now will have a huge impact on the next several years of your life. Make it a positive one. First, you will want to prepare academically for the changes between high school and college. Planning ahead and staying organized will make your life a lot easier. Make use of campus resources like academic advising. Academic advising can assist you with determining where you are at and where you will need to be to meet the school's graduation requirements. If you are starting at a community college and plan on transferring to a four-year school, let the Advising and Transfer Center know right away when you begin college. They will be able to help you determine the right fit when you transfer and will ensure you are taking the right classes. To be academically successful, you will also want to start working on building good study habits, including fixing any procrastination habits you might have developed in high school. Create a checklist, working ahead, and using a planner will help you with this. Get in the habit of using a planner while you are still in high school. Habits are developed over time, and you will want to be a pro by the time you get to college. Time management is important in college because you won't be in class from 8:15 to 3:15 like most of you are used to in high school. Even though you may spend less time in the classroom, your days will fill up very quickly. Here's an example of my dream schedule. No early morning classes, only one class on Tuesday, plenty of time to sleep, eat, and hang out with my friends. The reality is that most of you will have an early morning or an evening class at some point while you are in college. This is a little bit more realistic example of what your class schedule will look like your freshman year. Learning to wake up to an alarm clock is essential. This schedule will look pretty great, lots of free time. While you are in class, make your time count. You are paying to be there. Try to sit near the front of the room or in the middle section. Be engaged with what's going on in the classroom and try to contribute at least once a class. Many professors will have a participation component of the grading system. This includes not just showing up physically, but mentally as well. Make use of your instructor's office hours and ask for help if you need it. There is more to consider than just your time in class. They say for every hour spent in the classroom, you will need to set aside 2 hours to study. You will have some classes where this is true. Others that don't require much outside time are also a possibility, but some will take significantly more than 2 hours. Be aware of projects around midterms and finals. Working ahead on these projects and papers will be essential, so you don't wind up having to write 5 essays in 1 week. We would also recommend that you keep your student loan borrowing lower by working while you're in college. Find a job that is relevant to your future aspirations. For education majors, this might mean tutoring, being a teacher's aide at a school, or working at a before and after school program. For those going into healthcare, this might be doing work as a nurse's aide or as a tech at a hospital. This can provide some great experience for you. For some of you, there will be the opportunity for work study on campus through the federal work study program. This can be a great way to connect with faculty and staff that you wouldn't normally get to interact with. You will also need to set a time for food. Meals can be an important social aspect of your time in college. If you're signed up for a meal plan, try to make use of it and know the school's policies as far as how many meals that you have and what happens if you don't use them. And finally, set aside some time to be active. If you're an athlete, this might mean some extra time to rest. If you aren't an athlete, this may mean that you need to get up and get moving. When it comes to the social aspect of transitioning to college, this can be a great chance for you to reinvent yourself. To build skills and interests you already have might also be an option. Colleges will have clubs and organizations fair at the beginning of each year. Colleges expect and want you to be an active member of your community, and these will help you to build your resume later on down the road. Staying healthy is also a necessity in college. Try to plan your time so you can get enough sleep and plan ahead to control stress. Colleges make eating a balanced diet very easy with a little bit of self-discipline. Just because you can eat ice cream at every meal doesn't mean you should. Also make use of the school's counseling services. It's becoming more and more prevalent that students entering college have some issues with social anxiety. Make use of these services, they're free and confidential. Finally, when it comes to social success in college, stay safe. Use common sense when it comes to dorm security and computer security. Don't save passwords for your bank account and your social networks. Know the privacy settings, and if you don't want grandma to see it in the newspaper, don't post it online. Financial success in college will have a huge impact on your future. Live like a college student today so you don't have to when you're 30. Talk with your parents about what the financial expectations are for your family. Who is paying for what, and how does the budget fit into the equation? Financial aid through the school is contingent on continued satisfactory academic progress. Know your school's policies so you can stay in good terms. On the website, you can download a budget worksheet to help you determine where you're at and where you will need to be once you're in college. Learn to stick with your budget and determine what's a want versus what's a need. Make money saving a habit. This might mean something as simple as saving $20 from your paycheck each month for a trip later on in the year with your friends. When it comes to paying for college, you will need to apply for financial aid each year by filling out the FAFSA application. The Iowa College Access Network provides this as a free service for families. You can find a list of what you need to bring on our homepage, along with information to call and set up an appointment at your local ICANN location. Following up with communication from the college and university will be next step. Most schools have financial aid checklists on their student web portal where you can find out exactly what you still need to do. If you are lost, ask for help. You cannot be awarded until your file is complete. There are many scholarship opportunities available to students as well. Keep track of your college's scholarship deadlines and make use of internet resources as well. You can view several scholarship databases at icansucceed.org/scholarships. There are several costs associated with going to college. Your direct costs are tuition and housing. These are typically numbers that are set in stone by the school. They may vary if you live off campus or select certain types of campus housing. Indirect costs are where students can save quite a bit of money. Be green and get used textbooks. This will also save you some green, as they typically cost a little bit less. Also, keep your personal expenses in check. These include things like shampoo and toothpaste. Work while you're in college so you don't have to borrow and pay interest on items like these. Keep track of your borrowing and be aware of the effect interest has on these overall costs. The more you borrow, the more money you will pay in interest, and the more your overall costs will be in the end. It is recommended that you do not borrow more than you will make your first year out of college. If you follow this advice, it will still be tough. A good portion of your paycheck will probably go back towards your student loans. However, with some careful budgeting, you should still be able to have some fun as well. If credit cards are part of your plan for college, be careful to know the rules, regulations, and limits. Try to pay the balance each month to avoid late fees. Decisions you make with your credit in college will have a huge effect on your ability to buy a car or a house later on down the road. Work with your bank or your credit union to build good, strong, and responsible credit while you're still in college. People our age, between the age of 18 and 29, are increasingly becoming the target for identity theft. We are so used to online shopping that we don't always think twice before we enter our credit card or bank card number. Be aware and keep yourself safe when it comes to your identity. This would include internet security and shredding your mail. While life after college seems like a long way away, you will still want to start preparing now. Set your goals early and have a map to achieve them. Find meaningful work experiences while you're in college and make use of your campus career center. The Career Center can give you assistance in career planning, finding internships, and working to build your resume and interview skills. Be prepared for interviews by having a couple stories you can relate to those tricky interview questions. Take pride in your appearance and use appropriate body language like eye contact and a strong handshake. Bring extra copies of your resume and invest in a portfolio to finish the look. Make use of internships and work experience while you are in college. This is a chance for you to make connections that could lead to full-time employment after you graduate. During your senior year of college, start the job hunt early. You will be up against tough competition. Get help from your professors and make connections while you're still in college. These will often lead to great job opportunities down the road. Have a few people review your resume and grab a friend for a practice interview the night before your big interview. For other college success tips, career planning, and financial aid information, please sign up for our e-newsletter. Each month, we interview a college professional to get you insider knowledge on some of the most important topics in higher education. We are also on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Blogspot. Our website also has great resources like the budget worksheet we talked about earlier and our scholarship database. Feel free to give us a call at 877-272-4692 to set up an individualized appointment at your local ICANN center. The Iowa College Access Network is a nonprofit organization and all of our services are free. Thanks again for joining us today.